So, once again, narito na naman po tayo upang minsan pa ay makapagbahagi ng salita ng Panginoon. We're gonna continue the topic on the truth is basic. On this part 2, we're gonna discuss about what is a lie. So, mahalaga na malaman natin, no? So, lying is always wrong. Yun ang tandaan po natin mabuti na at all times mali talaga yung pagsisinungaling, no? And pero ang question, what is a lie? No? What counts as lying? Yun ang mga katanungan. Basically, a lie is any behavior that is deliberately intended to deceive someone else. It is the deliberate misrepresentation of what one judges in his mind to be truth. Wika ni Dr. Louis Pstr, sabi niya, lying is the sin of making an untrue statement or acting in such a way as to leave a false or misleading impression. Okay, especially with the intent to deceive. Kaya nga ang lying o ang kasinungalingan ay lagi itong deliberately intended, lagi itong iniisip, sinasadyang gawin. Okay, so at the heart of lying is the deliberate intent to deceive. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, an honest mistake is not a lie. It's not a lie. Okay, an untrue statement is not necessarily the same as a lie. Sometimes we may think something is true and declare it to be so. But we may be mistaken. We are all finite. It is not a sin to be mistaken. Tao lang tayo at minsan nagkakaroon tayo ng mga honest mistakes. We are all finite or finite. It is not a sin to be mistaken. As I said earlier, to err is human, eka nga nila. It's a valid point. It's a valid point. And unintentional mistakes and errors are untrue, but they are not lies if we actually think they are true, even if we are wrong. The phrase deliberate lie is redundant. Yun po yung point doon eh. Pagka deliberate lie, lagi nangyayari ito. Okay, ulit-ulit. Lying by definition is the deliberate attempt to deceive. If we know something it is not true and say it anyway, that is a lie. Okay? And that's a sin. Alright. Okay. So, I said above that a lie is any behavior that is deliberately intended to deceive. Kaya sabi ko kanina, kapag kasinungalingan, lagi yan ay sinasadyang gawin. Pinaplano, ginagawa, iniisip talaga yan. Okay, what do we mean by behavior? Yun ang question dun. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng by behavior? Is there more than one way to lie? Yes. There are several kinds of behavior that can intentionally convey wrong ideas to others. That is several kinds of lying. Alright, so the most obvious kind of lie is lying by speaking. Usually yun ang pangkaraniwan, di ba? By uttering words that we know are false but which we intend others to think are true. Okay, so that is the specific kind of lie of which the 9th commandment, is speaking. Okay, that is a false witness against someone in the court of law. The law of Moses, kung titingnan natin ano po, the law of Moses expressly condemns such false accusations and false testimony. You shall not bear false report. Do not join your hand with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. That's going to be from Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. Even some Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16 and verse 19 as well declares that God hates a false. Again, God hates he hates a false witness who utters lies. The Jewish leaders were guilty of the sin in connection with the pre-crucifixion trials of Jesus, found in Matthew chapter 26, verse 59 up to the following verses. And the seriousness of this sin in God's sight is seen in Deuteronomy chapter 19 verses 16 to 21, and where the following rule is laid down: if a man gives false testimony against someone in court, then whatever penalty would have been given to the innocent party because of the lie shall be applied to the liar instead. Okay, so whether in a courtroom or not, any kind of false witness and any kind of verbal lying is such is condemned by God's law. Do not speak against one another, brethren. That's going to be from James chapter 4 verse 11. Actually, the Greek word used here is kataleo. Okay, refers to evil speech such as slander, libel, false gossip. Such lying is forbidden. Meaning, meron tayong true gossip, pero dito binanggit false gossip, mga information or chismis na talagang false, talagang mali. Whether in a courtroom or the ninth commandment, the ninth commandment is emphasizing the moral necessity of truth in all of our speaking, meaning all lying is condemned. All lying is condemned. Gaano man kaganda yung motibo mo, a lie is at all times condemned. Laying aside falsehood, speak truth each one of you with his neighbor. That's going to be found from Ephesians chapter 4 verse 28. And do not lie one another. That's going to be of Colossians chapter 3 verse 9. This actually includes straight out lying. I didn't do it. Diba? Minsan, ay hindi ko ginawa yun, pero ginawa naman talaga natin. As well as deceitful partial truths, exaggerations, misrepresentations, distortions, flattery, making promises you do not intend to keep, taking others' statement out of context, and the proverbial deceitful spin. Ibig sabihin, kumbaga sa Pilipino, bato-bato sa langit ng tamaan niya, huwag magagalit. No? Okay. One can lie by speaking false words, but one can also lie by silence. Sabi ni Dr. Shikili Singer, kung tama yung bigkas ko, rightly says, sabi niya sa page 287 to 288, that you don't always have to tell everything you know. Honesty means that everything you say must be true. There is such thing as TMI. TMI means too much information. No? Yung dapat mo lang isagot pero sumobra. Minsan, nagpa-fall yun doon sa dishonesty. Okay. So, but failure to disclose true information where truth and justice are at stake is a form of deceit. it is the same as a lie. Parehas lang. So, refusing to rat on, sabihin ng mga American people, rat on a person guilty of a crime, as in mafias omerta or mafias omerta, and in the blue wall of silence, parang ganon, is a false virtue. Innocent people have suffered and guilty people have gone unpunished because of this kind of lying. Okay, so one can also lie through his or her actions. When Judas kissed, kung natandaan niyo po yun sa Garden of Gethsemane, when uh, when Judas inalikan niya ang kanyang Panginoon, he kissed Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane sa Matthew chapter 26 verse 47 up to the following verses. He was using an act of affection for an ugly and wicked purpose. The very action was a lie, actually. Sometimes we can do things that appear noble and generous to others, but in our own hearts, we are doing them just to impress someone. Totoo naman yun, di ba? And another lying act would be to forge another person's name on a document. Very familiar na po yan sa panahon natin. Okay. Final point is that one may lie, deliberately intend to deceive by means of his or her lifestyle naman. So this is the essence of hypocrisy. Putting on a false front, kumbaga. Pretending to be what you are not. Maraming mga taong ganyan, no? And as the fictional George Costanza, sabi niya, I lie every second of the day. My whole life is a sham. Saddest of all are the religious hypocrites such as the scribes and Pharisees, and ito yung mga panahon ni Kristo po, mga escriba, pariseo. Jesus exposed as recorded in Matthew chapter 23. They made such an effort to look holy on the outside, but inside were filled with sin. Here is one way Jesus described their lifestyle of lying. Ang sabi niya, woe to you, woe to you, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, which on the outside appear beautiful, but it is not. Okay, so that's gonna be our part 2. Na yung part 2 ay may kinalaman sa definition, more on definition ng lying, no? More definition on lying. So, and we're gonna do the part 3 that's gonna be coming right up, no? And sana mapanood yung mga videos na to kahit paano makatulong. I hope this video, all of my videos could really help us on our faith and spiritual growth before God. Always keep safe and God bless.